Call the meeting to order. First things first, I want to welcome Pam Neighbor to our little group here. Happy to have you on board.
And before we go on with that, I have a treat for Miss Neighbor. Your very own badge that you can wear when you're out and about on the representing the library and library functions and stuff.
Thank you. Now I'm official.
Yeah. And I just want to also say that normally I would have a binder already with lots of documents for you, but we're changing some of our documents due to an ordinance change, and that's going to change every sticky that you see on your, so I'm not going to give you an old one and then have to go back and give you a new one.
Thank you.
But
I'll get confused, not knowing what I'm looking at in the first place.
And what I will do for the rest of you is when we get our ordinance all settled and, you know, dots i's and cross t's, I will update your copies as well.
Thank you.
So, okay, Jeff, sorry.
Hey, first item, approval of the meeting agenda, including the reference on page 2 in item number 7 to the letter. Okay, we have a motion to approve. Maybe we have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. It is passed.
There's nobody online, right? Okay.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Lisa did say she would be here, but I don't know what time her work gets done.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, do we have any public communications?
I received none in my office.
Okay. Announcements. Well, we welcome our new library board of trustees member, Pam Neighbor. Keitha, would you like to add anything to that?
I've known her for quite a while. She and her husband helped out on Food Bank when her husband and I were both on the board for Food Bank. And she absolutely loved the salmon Mediterranean pasta that I made that she took and put in a cookbook that she was doing. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do, because I use it periodically.
I use it a lot. So, yeah, no, Pam will be a wonderful asset to our team here.
I hope to.
You will.
Good. Approval of the minutes from the April 9th meeting. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes? May we have a motion to approve?
I move to approve the minutes from our last Board of Trustees meeting.
May we have a second? All in favor? Aye. Minutes are approved. Keitha.
So this is all the publicity for right now in the library. I'm giving you each a June and July calendar of events. We have 29 library programs just in July. 29. So I'm not going to go through them all, but please look through them and be amazed at what we have to offer. And also remember, all of this is updated Mondays, every Monday online on our webpage, so people can get it. So every month we put out a calendar that has everything.
You sent me one. I looked at
Yep.
it this afternoon.
I send it once a month. I'll send
Great.
it out to you guys because you're advocates for us out in the community. So I want you to know everything that's going on. All the flyers are created by Hannah. Nick helps with the setting up the calendars. So we all pitch in. Before I go into a couple other things, what did I have? I wanted to share with you that 2 weeks ago, we had 32 first graders and 12 adults come visit the library. They walked over here from the elementary school. It doesn't happen very often because they can't seem to get away from the school, and the kids got new cards. We worked with the teacher. There were 2 teachers. We worked with them to establish cards before they came. So when they came, the kids had a card. They could each check out 1 book, and it was just fabulous. So my goal next school year is to get all the classes over here some way, somehow. But it was a really good feeling, and Nico did stories for them. Nico gave them a tour. Nico does children's stuff. here, everything children is Nico. So, and just so you know, Pam, Nick does everything techie and Michelle does everything readers advisory and teen, and I don't do anything.
Right.
So, so I gave you the packets, the publicity, the Teen Advisory Board. This is a very sophisticated group of teens. Most of them are like 16, 17, 18, including homeschoolers. They did not like the words Teen Advisory Board. So for the past, they meet monthly, and for the past 2 months, they've been tossing around. So as of last week, they are now the Teen Planning Committee, because that's what they do. And yeah, the TPC, because they meet with Michelle. That is exactly what they do. They plan all the events you're going to hear about for summer reading. They plan the teen zones that are monthly during the school year. They plan, and they also give her tips on book titles to purchase. So now they're the TPC. And I thought it was cute because that's what we do. So on the top of your packet, you see the ice cream social. That's coming up next. And instead of the friends just handing out ice cream or handing out hot dogs, I wanted to tie the library more into it. So for this one, we made it ice cream social and solstice party. And you will see on the front of the desk, there's a hot pink flyer displaying a sun catcher and painted rocks. And then for adults, there are crafts. And then for adults, shell not necklace, wind chime, shell and beads wind chime. And they're all on display on there. First time we've ever had a craft for adults. So we'll see how it goes. And one of the friends of the library is just so excited to do it and do it with adults. So that was lucky. And then for the solstice part of it, besides having the sun, Hannah drew up a flyer that says fun facts for the solstice and gives a little map and shows it. So that's how we're tying that in. And for the hot dog, annually we give away hot dogs. And that's all we did. Just come get a hot dog. Well, not this year. We're going to make it an open house. And Nick is going to demonstrate VR. Talk everything readers advisory and books and movies. Nico's going to have some kids craft. And again, I don't know what I'm going to do, but anyway. So we're going to have like an open house information fair along with the hot dogs. All right. So and that's in July. Oh, and the mayor and Scott come and serve the hot dogs. At least I hope so. So everything we do, all of these things is funded by the Friends of the Library. They give me a very nice budget. So for the teams, the theme is level up. And this is the teen bag. They sign up, they get the bag, they get a real cute little bookmark, they get a level up pencil, and they get their program. This, and basically pages, and they enter into drawings, and all the drawings are sponsored by all these businesses on the back. And believe me, the donations on these businesses would be something you and I would like to get. So it's fun stuff. And to enter the drawing, they fill out a quest sheet. And Michelle also has 3 programs. And day after tomorrow, we're having a chocolate spectacular. And there's going to be a chocolate fountain in here. There's probably going to be chocolate everywhere, but we'll deal with it. And then her second program is in July. It's going to be a video game tournament. And then the finale party where the kids that have read $500 or 500 pages are entered to get all these business prizes. And some kids have a bag they go away with. And the English teachers this year are giving extra credit to their students that read the 500 pages during the summer. So good for them. And then some of the little prizes that she had, they're kind of hard to see. The big prizes are like 3 breadsticks at Pizza Factory or an ice cream cone or, just fun stuff. 1 game of bowling. So little balls, little hand. Can I shake your hand? I don't know what you do with it, but anyway. I'm beyond this stuff. Oh, some earbuds. Anyway, she has a whole bunch of stuff. It's really fun. And then Nico does the kids. And again, they have a fun little pic. And he has a play sheet in here. Just, keep yourself entertained a little bit. And a bookmark. It's different than this. And a pencil. And again, he has little toys too. I think this is the guy you throw and it sticks to the wall or something. Anyway, little robot person. I'm here. So you can send him around. Anyway, awesome. We have a whole treasure chest full of toys for the kids. And then his sign up, his worksheets. And he designed all this. Is level up at the library, which is the theme. And then the kids read by levels. Isn't this just adorable? And they read 15 minutes and they color in a box or whatever. And when they're at the end, they bring it back, we initial it, and they get to pick a toy out of the treasure chest. And it's 8 weeks, which is how long the program is. So it starts Friday, goes through August 15th, and then every Thursday from 2 to 3, starting on the 19th, we have a program for the kids that is not just a program. It's the Seattle performers. We have a magician from Olympia that is fabulous. I mean, these are professionals that go to state fairs and do programs. Reptile Man is the first one. 400 people will be here. It'll be crazy. We have a stunt man, the Hands-On Museum in Olympia. They came out last year, not with summer reading, but as a standalone, and they set up tables of interactive activities, and it's fabulous. It's just fabulous. So they're coming. And then we have a lady I haven't had before, but she's an educator and a raiser of bees, honeybees. So her name is Vivian, so it's V's Bees. And so she's coming to talk about pollination and beekeeping. And I don't know if she's bringing bees or not, but we shall see. And then we have a steel drum performance and a comedian. So lots of fun stuff coming in. And I didn't bring the adult one, but if you go out, when you go to look at the crafts, you'll see the Readopoly board. And basically adults read the squares. And like when you read 3 yellow Monopoly colors, same thing, red, blue, green, then you get a drawing for an Amazon gift card. And so they read the 3 things, put a drawing in, and then on August 22nd, I'll be drawing, I think I have 6 gift cards this year, all from the friends. So it's really, really fun. And Hannah helped me design the Readopoly board. So when we're done, take a look at it. It's really cute. And that's all I had. Oh, did I tell you that we now have Discover Pass available for checkout? Did I tell you guys that? Okay, we have 2 Discover Passes. It's a program that the state library received money from, and it didn't get cut. And so we check them out for a week, and people can put them on reserve. And again, there's 2 of them, and it's the Discovery Pass that you have to use to get into parks and things. I think they sell for 30 or 40 bucks. So that we have that available. And let me just look here. I think that is, yeah, Discovery Pass looks like this. Oh, it's a little thing in a plastic holder. I think that's all I have, Jeff.
Okay. Old business. Board presentation to council. We got July 8th and September 9th coming up.
Who wants to join me?
What was September?
September 9th.
Basically, what we do is I announce anything that's kind of new, or, something's changed or something special. And then whoever goes with me talks about 3 or 4 of the main programs. Like we talk about the ice cream, and July 8th, we'll talk about the hot dog and the open house, that kind of stuff. So it's probably 5 minutes. And then we're pretty high on the agenda list for the council. So we can leave as soon as it's done. You don't have to stay for the whole council meeting. and we're doing it 6 times a year. We used to do it every month, and it just got to be a lot. So we're just doing the highlights.
Well, I volunteer for the September.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Will do July.
Thank you, Alex.
Okay, new business, status of our vacant position. We have no new applications, so we're still looking. If anybody knows anybody that could be qualified, please encourage them to apply. The new city ordinance.
So Nicole sent out the ordinance to you all. It's ordinance 1138, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a new chapter in the municipal code, chapter 2.44, citizens advisory boards and committees. And what we need to do and what I need from you is a couple of you to work through everything we need to change. So read the ordinance, look at our bylaws, look at our webpage, look at anything we put out, and make sure we've got it all compliant. And then bring that back to the August meeting. And then you guys can decide if that's what you want to do or not. So that's kind of what I'm looking for.
I'm happy to help with that.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll help too.
okay. Thank you, too. And then connected to the ordinance is a letter, and I'm going to let Alex address that, a letter to Frank, the mayor. Alex, you can address that.
So, you may have seen that when I was reviewing the ordinance, I thought, oh, there's a typo here because they have listed the, our group as an advisory group. And so I wrote to them and I said, there's a typo. And they said, no, it's not a typo. You really are an advisory group. You are not a governing group, which was a surprise. And in response to that, so we discussed it a little bit, and in response to that, we prepared a letter to send to the mayor, and I think I'll just read it out. And the idea is to invite you all to sign it if you're okay with it, or modify it, or whatever. The intent is to give it to the mayor. And it says, Mayor Eldwin, the Library Board of Trustees would like to thank you for your tremendous support of the Ocean Shores Library. The 2025-2026 budget was approved, and most notable was the approval for hiring 2 pages for 20 hours a week. As of June 2025, the library is having a successful year with day-to-day door counts averaging 23 patrons entering the library every open hour. Checkouts of library materials averaging 5,295 per month, and 822 patrons using the meeting room each month. The Board of Trustees, however, was caught off guard, as was Keitha, regarding the May 13th City Council agenda item regarding Ordinance 1138, one we just talked about. It would have been appreciated if you, Scott, or the city clerk had given us a heads up about the changes to the city municipal code regarding governing and advisory boards. We would have smoothly agreed with changing from a governing board to an advisory board if we had had the opportunity to review its implications ahead of the public announcement. Please know we are happy to do everything we can to foster open, courteous communication and teamwork. The Board of Trustees values our role as library board members and believes maintaining an informed engagement is essential for continued library success. Please contact us or Keitha with any other BOT information. The BOT extends an open invitation to you to attend our meetings and again appreciates your support. So that's the letter, if it's okay with everybody. I'd like to circulate it and ask you to sign it. Unless there's any questions, comments.
Honestly, I don't know the difference from one to the other. Is there a big issue of changing from an advisory to what we have now?
There are some, for example, I don't think we're a board of trustees anymore. We're just board members, right? Trustees mean governing board. The governing board manages the hiring and firing, for example, of Keita's position. A governing board has more autonomy. The advisory board
Tells the
has
city to do this.
exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yes.
So when when the library receives money from the levy, the city is not in control of hiring and firing, things like that. Once the library got put underneath, it's under our general fund now from the city's funds. So that's when it switched without anybody saying anything, and that was when.
Oh,
5 years ago?
Yeah.
yeah, at least.
So it hasn't technically been a governing board.
But we didn't know.
Nobody's made an official announcement about it, I guess.
Yeah,
You? Yes.
So that's where the itch is.
City code had not changed.
right.
So even though we didn't know it, we had changed.
Yes.
Yes. But you're still going to be approving the budget for me to present to Frank and Frank to present to council. You're still going to be in on everything you've been doing, all the decisions, advocacy, the whole 9 yards. I had a copy of those bullet points that I sent you.
Oh, yeah, forever ago. The,
Forever. What did I do? Anyway, what I did is I took the bullet points that were in the old municipal code and I wrote them down and I had it right here. And I sent them to Nicole and they are incorporated in the ordinance now completely. So basically you're doing the same thing. The only thing is when I do resign or retire or whatever, you will have input, but you will not be hiring me. Actually, the council has the final say on that. That's the major. And then the council always has the final say on budget all the time. So, and I will still be giving you financials and everything that I normally do. So I don't know.
So I don't think it's a huge change. I
No.
think it was just an oversight that we didn't know. So
And correct me if I'm wrong, Nicole, none of the boards were notified of this agenda item?
they were not presented it ahead of time. So the Parks Board was wanting to go through or create bylaws and they were told, wait, because the city is working on something. This is what the city was working
Okay. And see, we already had, here they are. This was in the old one. Promote the library's mission in advocating for its services at various levels. That's in there. Identifying and evaluating the needs and resources of the Ocean Shores community. Providing input and advice on policies and regulations. So I'm going to be bringing you a policy in August that's going to be a change to the meeting room. It's just a small change, but I still want you involved in all those policies so that you know what's going on. So that's not going to change. Review and recommending the library budget, advocating for funding, establishing long-range plans, goals via our strategic plan, which we have in place. And that's one of the items we'll want to look at to see if it's up to date. And then finally, promoting public awareness and participation in library services. And all of those, they aren't listed out like that, but they're in there. So,
on. The only other thing really that changes for you guys is any new members appointed after July 3rd, I think is the 30 days,
yeah,
would have to take an oath of office. just because all the boards do.
It is July 3rd, and that was one question I had for you. It does say in there that we have to have an
Yeah.
office and none of these people. So it's,
They're already grandfathered in,
okay, that was my question.
Oh,
Thank you.
because it's an effective date of July 3rd, so if
Yeah.
anybody, from my understanding.
Okay,
I can look into that and get back to you, but that's my understanding of it.
yeah, because like right now, council approved you. You didn't have to go. You didn't have to go. These guys have been around for a while. I love it.
I went,
You did.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
and introduced myself, had to make a speech.
Yeah, they don't even do all that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should make them do it.
And then you go around and shake each council member's hand.
Yeah.
So,
I think they stopped with COVID. I don't know.
all right.
So if you don't mind, I'll pass this around for a
Here, I'll
second.
get it. You have a pen?
No, but I'm not giving you all.
Okay. They all have a pen. I think that's all we had, Mr. President, for that discussion.
Sorry, I don't normally type in on your bag.
That's all right.
Thank you.
No, we used to do that with Sarah quite a bit because I want it accurate.
Yeah.
And I'm not the main cheese around here in the city, so a lot of things I don't know that go on. Okay, everybody good with that?
Reports, Friends of the Library.
The Friends are meeting monthly. Their book sales are bringing $100 and $800 a sale. And I'm gonna make a copy of this, Alex, too, just to keep in my files, the signed copy. And their next book sale is you need to sign it. Their next book sale is the 4th of July, actually on the 4th. They did a book sale on one of the other holidays and it was so successful. They said, we've got to do this. So it'll be the 4th and the 5th. I already told you about the wonderful ice cream social, and they're serving ice cream bars, and we're getting dry ice from Swanson's in town. And I think there's 5 varieties of bars, and they're all bad for you.
That probably tastes good.
Yep. And then currently, as of yesterday, the Friends have 117 members, and these are paid members. That's it.
Okay. Ocean Shores Library Foundation, Becky.
Hi, yeah, the foundation has, I think I reported last time, they had some loss of membership on the foundation. So they've added 2 new members, myself and a gentleman named Stephen Katzenson, I might be wrong on that. Anyway.
You're right, he calls
Okay.
it the stutter.
Okay, good. All right. And because they had so few people, I am the treasurer and Stephen is the vice president. So that does not change my role here as the liaison, still telling you what we're up about. Now I can just say what we're up about,
Right.
what they're up about. And at that last foundation meeting, there was a wonderful presentation by the staff of the library who had been able to attend the Washington Library Association Conference in Tacoma. And they just had a fabulous time. And I have to say, Keitha, they just did such a lovely presentation. They were so enthusiastic. They came back with lots of ideas. And really, you could tell really renewed enthusiasm.
Mhm.
So that was wonderful. And that is funded by the foundation. And then also they're looking at other funding goals and projects that are ongoing. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. Did I miss anything?
I just want to follow up a little bit. I asked each of the staff members that went to the conference to give me their highlights or what programs or what services that we could possibly offer. They have each done that for our July foundation meeting. By the way, it's not June, it's July. Yeah. I asked Kathy that yesterday. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. For the July meeting, I'll have a list of those programs or services that they've come up with and see if any of them are suitable for the foundation to fund and to see if it works for us, staff wise, time wise, the whole 9 yards. So we're following up on that. So,
Excellent.
yep. Fun stuff too.
And that's the foundation.
Okay, great. Next meeting, August 13th, here, 3 o'clock. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Somebody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Okay, may I have a second, please?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.